So, welcome to session number 45. Characters are currently still not dead, but trapped in time.
Trapped in the past.
Well, technically it's your present, even though it is everyone else's past.
Our timelines are trapped in the past.
And fixing your future.
Yes, because if we screw this up, we'll have never existed. This wouldn't have happened.
Yes. I always love cause and effect timelines.
Yes.
So much better than branching timelines. Though we do have some growls in the background that I'm turning down a little bit. We can still have it, but we shouldn't have it so loud.
Yeah.
Okay, so growls are minimized in the back. Okay, so you are currently helping Drazzle fix time. Because apparently you've already done it, but he can't tell you how you did it.
Yes. It still has to be performed, even though it's already been completed. Because otherwise we wouldn't be here to come back and fix it.
Yes, pretty much.
Which is the other side of what I was talking about before. It's all Drazzle's fault.
Well, it's always good to have an NPC you can blame for the problems.
Yes.
So much better than the GM.
Yes. Especially when the... Yes. Especially when the NPC involved accepts the blame because that's his job.
So okay, he always accepts blame by adding more jobs.
I've been looking for these for 2 months.
Found them!
What are they?
They're keys
Yeah.
to,
A lockbox.
yes, but particularly a friend of mine's. Because they lent me their cage downstairs because they weren't using it. And it's got all my cosplay stuff in it.
Oh, right.
And, yeah.
So
So it was the last place you looked?
Unbelievable.
Shush.
I can't hold jokes like that. Because where people think, yes, it was the last place I looked.
Yes. Wi-Fi, please.
Okay, I took Wi-Fi.
Yes.
I'm just hoping they don't watch this video because that's going to be embarrassing.
I'm sure
Well,
they won't. Yeah, unless someone points it to them, because we are recording.
Yeah, I know.
So, because of that, Stefan, introduce yourself while I'm doing Wi-Fi.
I'm playing Tidal Rift, who is a water genasi monk. He's trying to learn all the elements and become the best avatar. Wrong game, sorry.
No, you can still become the avatar here, except you need to master 5 elements and not 4, so you've got one level harder.
Exactly. I'm doing this on hard mode. And he has a partner question mark somewhere out there, and a daughter somewhere out there, of which Drazzle has met and knows them very well, but
I even wrote a story about them.
yeah, in a different timeline, wibbly wobbly going on, I mean, kind of stuff. Yes.
Because Drazzle wasn't silly enough to get caught in a time warp. Wi-Fi is on.
He causes them. Thank you. Once it connects itself.
And so while you're doing that, Jeremy, you can introduce yourself.
Yes, good evening all. I'm playing Penadir, the Atruaghin clan's member who is now struggling, attempting to take on the role of shaman of the clans, but currently has got a bit sidetracked in that process by some adventures that have taken him halfway across the world and then somewhere in time.
Yes, it's always not helpful when you find yourself in a completely different timeline.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure you'll be able to fix that. Being the
We'll do
master
something
you are.
anyway, apparently, according to Drazzle.
And Hluel, the blue-haired high elf diplomat and occasional warlock, and very occasional healer.
And we're currently missing the Air Genasi with Ethan, Xander, who will I'm sure show up when he's needed. And you have an NPC floating around called Drazzle, the Dragonborn, the one in people's side, friend of Tidal.
Yep.
And I'm sure Bane of the other parties.
Probably.
Well, they did attend one of his book signings.
Yes.
That's how they got introduced to him in the first place, and you missed that episode.
I tend to miss the interesting ones.
Okay,
Not
so...
that they're interesting because you're not there, mind you. It's just bad timing.
Or good timing, depending on how that case turns out.
That's true.
Okay, so I might actually put some air on so I don't get overheated. I'm just noticing how hot it is in here. So hopefully this doesn't blurt you out too much, Jeremy.
Okay.
Got the air conditioner going.
You can still hear it clearly?
All good. Yep.
Okay.
Better sound than last time.
It also helps that I remembered where to put the mic.
Yes.
Last time I had the mic sitting up there.
Yeah, not directly under the air conditioner's favourite. Yeah.
Yeah, you sort of get out of practice when you don't do it for about a month.
Yeah.
Okay, so last time we had it, you had gone backwards,
Yes.
managed to travel through time and found out that you were fixing a problem at a place called Castle Amber.
Which is particularly weird.
So the person you're saving has died.
Not the best results at the moment.
Well, only presently dead.
That's true. That's true.
And until he's not dead, you're in a bit of trouble because he assigned you a quest which then sends you to where you are so you can go backwards and save him.
Yes.
So he doesn't become undead, then he can't send you back, which means that he's dead in the normal timeline, which
Yes.
just makes things a whole lot worse.
Yes, because if we were standing next to him, I could have done something about it, but I wasn't, so I can't.
And as it turns out, it is his death that caused this problem.
Yes. It's one of those things where if we solve the problem, he won't necessarily be dead
Any longer.
any longer. Or at all,
Well,
possibly.
no, he
given the
still will
timeline.
have died. In a
And-
world with magic, death is not the end.
I know, it's not. I've got through 55.
And animate dead.
No. Not wizard.
The friends that just keep on coming.
I try not to do that.
Technically, it's not an evil act in this world. It's only what you put it to that makes it evil.
No, desecrating the dead. It's all evil.
Not if it's part of the punishment. You will be executed and your body will serve for 10 years as labour for the people you wronged.
Well, that's up to the judge.
He has to get someone to cast a spell.
True, and I can't do it.
So it won't be
There
you.
you go. Yes. I
Title.
can't.
You've learned how to animate dead, haven't you?
Not yet.
No, actually, I can't even do it as a scroll. Because animate dead isn't a warlock spell. Actually,
So in this world,
an invocation I'm aiming at will allow me to do it as a ritual.
in this world, you can learn a secret craft that will allow you to animate the dead.
Yes, I know, but this just involves getting an invocation that I'm going to get anyway. It's the one that allows me to use rituals from any class.
But don't worry, mind. You've got a priest with you. I'm sure it's a priestly magic, isn't it, Jeremy?
Absolutely.
Yes, but that's you casting it, not me.
But it's the sort of thing that I've got no particular interest in
Following.
bringing back the ancestors. I'm happy to talk to them, but they don't need to come back.
No.
Well, one of the things you do have is if you animate their corpse, they can't come back.
Mm-hmm.
So it is one way of stopping the enemy from returning to life and assaulting you is by making their body do stuff until the ability to bring them back has expired.
Yeah.
And yes, it's not just me who thought of that. That's actually in some of the stuff I've read.
Yeah.
What are great punishments for societies that have access to this sort of magic?
Yes, is to make it so it's not useful anymore.
Yeah.
The other thing, of course, is if you've got somebody's body working in a field somewhere, somebody else can't resurrect him.
That's what I was just getting at. Is
Yeah.
Once the body's actually in doing stuff, so I just want to make sure if I need to.
Yeah. Which means if you want to get serious punishment involved, you turn him into a zombie and tell him to stand in a corner. You put them all in the same thing. Sort of. Not only is he unresurrectable, he's not even doing anything useful.
Would you be able to help Ariadne in the bedroom for a little bit?
Yep.
She was just needing some help moving something.
Right.
Thank you. Because they're rearranging things to try to get more space.
Yeah, that's
okay,
right.
so I have everyone listed. We are recording, we are live,
Yep.
and we've actually managed to get up to 1,158 sessions in a row.
Cool.
It's actually amusing keeping track of that number. You sort of don't realise how high it gets unless you keep track.
Yes. You suddenly realise that, oh shit.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, but no, my spells normally run to things like I foom things, or I flaccoom things, or I flamethrower them.
And we will get some more stuff in there that you'll be able to do outside of working things.
Yes, once I get another level or so, I'm going to start getting the daily slots.
Okay, so you had come in, you had entered Tidal into a boxing match with a
that's right.
creature of magic, which he then managed to get knocked unconscious by with an unlucky psycho punch.
Yes. There was a couple of unlucky things, but you did well considering what's going on.
He dodged to the left instead of to the right, and down he went.
Yep.
Yes.
But hey, it's still morning.
True.
Still more beating.
But unlike Hollow World, it's not morning with time passing, it's morning without time passing.
Yes.
So I can't rest and heal. Just no time passes.
Okay.
That's slightly unfair because apparently it gets full health.
Yes. On the other hand, actually, do I get spells back if we rest for 5 minutes?
Time doesn't work.
Do you wait for
I
5
know.
minutes?
We don't get 5 minutes, do we?
We don't know what 5 minutes is here.
Yeah. So we're all very limited.
It does become an interesting world where things don't work as normal.
Oh yes. Yes. It also makes certain classes rather more limited than others. I'll have to be careful.
Everyone will. And you'd managed to find yourself in discussion with Richard Amber, the Lion-Hearted, or Richard called the Lion, the Amberville.
Yes.
The King of the Ambers, as he called himself,
Yes.
even though he has no spellcasting ability in Galantric.
Some people are weird.
Well,
Of course, the
all
whole
right.
thing is this guy being weird with power.
He also looks like a lion. Well, Leonin
Yes.
appearance.
You know, yes.
Would you like some coasters?
No, that's fine. I'll figure it
There's
out.
some right here. Have 4.
It will hold your your
Have
heat down.
4. They're right there.
Or I could try to angle that so it's not actually hitting your paper.
That's fine.
No.
So after having a meet with Mr. Punch, you then met the cats who took you to Mr. King, and you managed not to get blinded on the way. Especially when something's going to last only 2 hours in a place where time doesn't, happen.
Oh dear. Sorry, checking stuff on your website.
I've actually put all the links in now, so you can actually find the gods. It took me a whole day to get all the links sorted out, which is why nothing new's been posted the last 2 days. Turns out I have 168 gods. I thought I had 169 because somehow I'd used the same god twice, which meant I was counting incorrectly, and I thought I had something wrong, and then I cleaned it all up.
It's not supposed to do that.
And they took about 2 hours to figure out where those extra gods came from and shouldn't have been.
You did a whoopsie.
My brain had just got numbers.
Yeah.
And somehow I cut and pasted people in the wrong spot. And so I counted them twice. But when I fixed it up, it all seems to work out perfectly now.
Your website is killing my browser.
Which part?
The front one.
Which bit do you want to access?
So I get this, and it gets to there,
Okay, so that one is the main.
and it shows the drop-down things up the top.
Yeah. What do you want to get
Let's-
to?
Let's see if it actually works this time. Okay, this time it didn't actually die. It
So you
just
want to
took
get to
four
Tuesday
tries
night?
to do it.
Or did you want to get to the log?
No, don't worry about getting there. I can get here now.
Mm-hmm.
Except Tuesday night only shows parody.
Well, I haven't gone in and done Apple stuff, and
Yeah.
once you've got your character, you'll need to actually send it to Stefan as well, who's been updating them for me onto the website.
Well, that's easy to do.
Which is amusing. His character's not up there either.
He's being slack then.
He's just been busy.
Yeah, that too.
We all have our busyness. Okay, so you also found Jeanette Amber, and then strangled her with some curtains after flipping her out of bed.
I'm presuming
Yep.
she deserved it.
And then you found Jeanette Amber in the fireplace. So you got 2 Jeanette Ambers.
Yes.
They are
Remember,
both equally valid.
one of them was an ogre, and one was stuck up a chimney.
Half ogre.
Well, it was only half up the chimney when you ripped her in half.
I wasn't going to. That's just nasty.
And that did happen last session.
Yep.
And she was well preserved too.
Yuck.
And so you're not sure if either or both were actually Janet, because they could technically both be Janet, which means one of you might now be Janet.
I hope not. I have all the fun books.
Because is Janet a state of mind, a location, a memory,
An
a name, or a person?
An infection.
That could be that too.
All of the above.
A title.
And in a place where you're living in the cursed mists. And the cursed mists are cursed for a reason.
Because they are very naughty.
Yes. This was written around the same time as Ravenloft.
Yes.
So
Wacky stuff.
expect very similar sort of cursage.
Never really encountered Ravenloft much. I've got the
Well,
original module.
Can't say that now.
Shush. Yeah. Yes. In Neverwinter Nights, I never in the MMOs. I never actually got high enough because I stopped a while ago. Never actually got high enough to get into the Ravenloft area.
Yeah, well, normally once you get in, you can't get out. That's the curse.
It's an MMO. You can always teleport home.
I mean, from the role-playing perspective.
I know.
The original one was if you entered the mists of Ravenloft.
I know you
that
couldn't
was
get out
it.
unless you managed to find your way out
You
by doing things.
You had to basically destroy the Lord of the Domain
Yes.
and have the domain return back
Yeah.
to the world to get out.
However, the original Ravenloft didn't have that.
I know. I got the module up there.
Yeah. Yes. I'm entirely unsurprised. But yeah, it was a vampire's castle. That's all it was.
And it was a convention module.
Which is why it was so much of an arse.
Very cunning.
Yes. Alright.
So, the cats have walked off on you now that you're having your discussion with the cat lord.
Yep.
Yes. So they're ignoring us. good.
Well, they sort of that they
Or
sort
they've
of
forgotten what they were doing anyway, and they've just gone back to what they know.
quite probably a bit of both, because they seem to be everyone here seems to be a heightened version of who they are, to the point of ridiculous.
Yep.
That's the first thing you've been able to identify since you've been here. As Llewell gets, what is Llewell's main trait? Personality trait. As you perceive him playing, not actual stats.
I've been sort of, at least mostly trying to play the personality I wrote for you.
He is very much the leader. The leadery sort, the tell people what to do, the take charge.
Decision maker. Although you've got to admit, he's got the wisdom for it. Doesn't have the wisdom you'd expect on a cleric, but he's close. He's a bit of a leader type.
You do notice you are standing taller over everyone else at the moment.
He also puns. And hey, I've got this cloak that does stuff.
And
plus he's tall anyway.
You seem to be taller than you were before.
I'm being more impressive, aren't I?
And your voice seems to project further.
It's more resonant as well, isn't it?
Yep. And everyone seems to stop and listen when you talk.
Oh dear.
So Stefan, title.
Is this turning into a Charisma boost item?
While you're here, you are
Why
the
here, possibly, yeah.
You're the personification of the charismatic leader.
I'm a diplomat, the person people listen to.
Whether they actually do what you say is completely different, but they listen.
They consider my words, even if they do not follow them.
So Stefan, how do you perceive title with the having just noticed what happened to Llewell?
I have a book.
How do you see title?
Sure, Title's main trait would be probably his faith in thingy god. Blur name.
Drazzle?
No, not Drazzle.
He's not a god as far as we know.
I'm sure he's working on it.
Water god, whatever.
Proteus.
Proteus thing. He tries to be as faithful as possible towards Proteus, even though he doesn't always get things right. He tries to.
No.
Well, neither does Proteus.
Yeah.
Proteus is the big he's one of those what they call scumbag gods, because he helps you and doesn't help you for exactly the same reason.
Yeah. Well, he's very adaptable.
Not that. He's like you called
and an ass. Right.
your name is Title. His support is also Title.
Yes. It comes
So
and goes.
his support ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's true.
So as of such, you sort of do notice that you sort of get more impressive and then sort of fade away. So it's almost like you're sharper than reality, and then suddenly it's almost as if you're not there. And you don't seem to be in control of this. Every now and then you can
keep track of which moons you're associated with.
You say Proteus with such conviction that everyone stops and listens, and there are other times you're just shouting it and no one's even hearing you. So like you whisper Proteus and everyone hears you, and you're like, Proteus, and it's like,
I can't wait to be able to use Flame Strike. Just as a side thing.
Yep.
I'll try and make sure that
and the Proteus name I shall burn you. Pretty good.
burning water, it happened.
It's like, that one's not in my spell list.
Well, it's the Amerindian fire water.
And so, Jeremy, moving on to Praedir, what would you say is Praedir's biggest trait, now that you've had two people to go by?
Well, by definition, Praedir is one who is out to help others, help those who can't help themselves, and assist with the greater good. In particular, in this case, Atruaghin.
How many letters is that?
One really long one.
But he was only saying it in prayer.
Oh, right, okay.
Of course, if you get that prayer right the second time, it actually works well for you. We can get it 3 times. Oh, that's a charm. Okay, so considering your character is all about helping and assisting, you do notice that every time you're aiding someone, that they always seem to have an amazing knack of succeeding, especially while you're here. So when you're actually assisting someone, instead of giving them advantage, you've given them the equivalent of greater advantage. They roll 3 times and take the best result.
Okay.
Just because you're just that good. Unfortunately, when you're trying to do it yourself, you're rolling 3 times and take the worst result. Because you're really trying to help others instead of yourself. But
Okay.
you do sort of notice that the place seems to be punishing you for, doing things yourself. But it's saying, yes, help everyone. Everyone needs help. But if you're helping someone, you get the same bonuses as they do.
Yep.
Which means you can word almost anything as in, I'm helping you do this, aren't I? Yes. Here, let me help you.
Yeah, it's not going to be quite so useful when I'm trying to use road skills or things like that other people can't really help with.
Well, it's like where you hold the map in front of someone's face and saying, I know you can't read, but here, let me help you read the map. See this pretty picture over here? You're full. So it is possible to do. I just leave it up to you to figure out how to do it.
Yep.
Okay, so back to you've just met Janet, you've just met Richard, you've just had the cats walk off. You are now in the main bedroom with 3 bodies.
We didn't make them though.
Well, there is Janet the ogre, and then there's the upper class Janet
sorry.
and the lower class Janet.
There's Janet the half ogre who made,
And then there's 2 half bodies.
although not the way she wanted.
I didn't make the curtain make that.
You helped a lot.
Hardly.
Who stomped on her and stopped her breathing?
Curtain.
Whose foot was it?
Curtain.
Right.
Well, it was definitely curtains for her.
I was trying not to do that.
I'll go there, you know that.
Oh, of course you are.
Okay.
Have we had a look around the room, see if there's anything particularly useful in it apart from what's in people's pockets, and then looked in their pockets?
Well, looking through pockets, you find that the ogre didn't have any pockets. Apparently, women's nightwear don't come with pockets.
I wasn't going to search her pockets. She doesn't have any. She's got a shift on. Anyway, if I got near those curtains, he'd attack me for trying to revive them. Wouldn't you?
No, I'd be saving you from the curtain.
Here, let
What's
me
the
save you,
same
rap
thing?
rap. Pull.
What's the same thing? How physical am I?
Enough to take on curtain.
Well,
No, enough to need to be saved
Penalty
from
will
a
help
curtain.
you by pointing out that there's
Because
no
that's what
pockets
you
to
would do.
search.
Parody has been extremely helpful. You know for a fact that there are no pockets to search now.
And the curtains have been neutralized.
He didn't search the curtains for pockets at all.
No. I don't know. Maybe Parody can help Tidal overcome his fear of curtains.
Yeah, that'll go down well.
Is that where you call them a drapery instead? Don't mind this, I'm sure we'll just drape this over you like a curtain.
Right, here's where I learned psychoanalysis and helped Tidal with his little problems.
Even though he might be like a superhero when he wears a cape, he gets caught on everything.
So
No, I'll redirect it to the robes of evil wizards. Only the robes of only evil wizards.
Because they trip on their robes.
That too.
So have we got any other exits in this room other than the one we came in and the door that led to
Your secret door.
Lionheart?
Okay, so this one leads back into the corridor of mirrors and blinding light. The secret door that leads into Lionheart's room apparently just goes there, and then there's a secret door that leads into a room next door that you found but no one's pointed out to you.
Okay.
I did roll, sorry.
Okay.
But it does have a do not enter thing painted on the wall there.
Above a secret door that you couldn't see initially.
Yeah.
That's subtle.
But hey, it was behind the bed.
Yeah, fair enough then.
And now that you've rolled the bed out of the way, it's a little more obvious because there's no curtains across it.
Yep.
So,
well, Peter will investigate the secret door to see if he can work out whether it might be trapped. I didn't notice that when the cats opened the door into Richard's room, they didn't seem to have to disarm anything or do anything, did they?
They didn't. They just pulled a lever and opened the door. And apparently there is a visible lever near the door.
Okay, well, I will have a look for traps. Presumably very badly.
Well, hey, you know me and levers.
Where am I?
It's not like there haven't been sword blades upraised with wax around them.
Perception.
yes. Actually quite like some of the floor traps in Skyrim.
Perception of 18.
Slot
With
the
an 8
floor.
is the lowest of 3d20.
Okay, so
Okay.
looking at it to help everyone.
This is it, so I attempted to look at it by myself.
So looking at it, you don't see any traps on there. You're sure that it won't be trapped if you try to touch it. Of course, if someone else goes to touch it, you might want to check again.
Well, I wouldn't want to risk someone else in that sort of manner, so obviously I'll be the one to open the door.
Yes.
Are people ready to...
Rescue you.
people wanting to go through this door rather than go back out into the blinding light again?
No, we'll go out through the new door.
Yep. So...
Just making sure I grab a few books that I seem to have been missing. Because I forgot to set my books up today. Just one of those mornings. I'll move this one out of the way for the moment, just so we've got one less thing. I'm at one less
D20
thing
are
now.
working for me, considering they all try to work against each other.
It's one less distraction is always good.
Perception of 20 to hear if there's anything audible on the other side.
You can't actually hear anything on the other side.
Okay.
It seems rather quiet.
Okay, well, I will check the others and make certain that they're ready to move. Now that we're all working with such a helpful, well-tuned machine.
Yeah. One description for it.
And then I will open the door.
Okay.
Or at least pull the lever anyway.
Run streaming.
So you see a room filled with antique furniture made from rich dark woods and a dark blue velvet. A large bed with an ornately decorated headboard showing lavish scrollwork rests against the wall that you've just opened to. Seated on the bed are two pale, man-like, almost transparent figures composed of thick mist. One of the figures resembles a middle-aged man while the other resembles a matronly woman. And they both start to rise up towards you.
I bow while bringing relevant spells to mind just in case.
So is this in the sense that we've gone through the secret door?
You've
They've come
opened.
through the secret door to us?
You've opened it and looked into the room, and that's what you see looking into the room.
And they're standing up.
Then. Well, I will stand back a bit to ensure that everyone can see through the door to see who approaches.
Yep.
And whilst apologising for disturbing their rest, even though I thought I did it very quietly.
Yes.
Okay, so give me a knowledge religion roll as you look.
Let's use the right
It's all by
card.
myself, or are we doing this as a group?
I will allow you to do it as a group.
Mhm.
Wow. Well, knowledge religion,
Nice.
even if it was all by myself, it would be 21.
You're rolling well today.
Yes, I get.
Like I said, I've got my 3d20 and I'm picking the lowest of them, but so far I've had one number that hasn't been double digits.
Well, I successfully gave you an aid, so because I got
But
9.
I've got to help people. You can't help. It's not you helping me.
Yeah.
It's me helping others.
Right. I got 19.
Well, his key characteristic is he helps others.
Right. So, with my roll, with your aid, I get 21. So we're good either way.
Yes.
Okay, so having a look at them, you do recognise them as spectres.
Right.
Right.
Good thing we've got a cleric.
Now,
And
cleric,
they,
it doesn't- as I said, undead is something that's not particularly appropriate for, as far as I'm concerned.
and
No.
you do know that they prey on the living. So
Yep.
that the fact that they may look innocent and as if they belong here,
They feed on life and therefore need to die.
their main goals would be to basically remove your life essence.
Yes.
Yep. So I'm guessing it's initiative.
It is initiative, and initiative and combat aren't affected by your aiding or
Other things.
other-
Okay, yep.
So they're
Because I
more
was going
physical
to
roles.
say, at least in combat, I'm helping others kill everyone, even if I'm acting alone.
Yes, that's right.
So it's just in skill checks outside of combat.
Yeah,
Yes.
I do that. What am I thinking of? Yeah, so
Right.
initiative.
I got a total of 17.
For your initiative.
Yep.
Well, I rolled 17, and so therefore I'm on
You win.
23.
Yes, that always helps when you get to roll well.
Hmm.
But you also know that even if you shut the door on these things, they can go through the wall.
Yes. They are ghostly undead.
Yes.
So you now get your chance to be your Ghostbuster.
Okay.
You get to put your Ghostbuster hat on.
Well, I thought rather than my Ghostbuster hat, I'd put my Ghostbuster aura on. So,
That would work.
That would work. Get your ghost nature going.
Hmm.
I just got to try and remember how it works now. Am I? Secret cards. That's all.
Is that right?
So yes, I will. Ba, 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 ba. Yes, activate aura
Mm-hmm.
to get the what is it? 5-foot aura giving protection versus good/evil in spirit form.
Yep.
And I will basically draw my Macatool and stand in front of the others ready to hold off the spectres as they come forward.
By smacking them. What's the effect of hitting something that's vulnerable to a damage type?
If you're hitting
Well,
something
that's
that is
all
vulnerable, it does double damage. If they have resistance, they
It's
take
half.
half damage.
Yeah. Because the vulnerable is what I'm after.
And they're all rounded down.
Yes. Because this is actually an ideal time to use the spell that I mentioned earlier.
I thought you would find it interesting.
Yes.
So, Stefan, would you
When
like
it gets
to
to
do
my turn.
an initiative roll for title? You don't have to, but you're welcome to.
It's your time to do so.
Yeah, you're being attacked by wispy curtains.
That's 13.
Okay, so you see a pair of ghostly apparitions coming towards you, which has been identified as spectres.
Okay.
Apparently, an old couple lying in a bed have risen up and are coming towards you because Prey Deer opened their door right behind their bed.
So
With
they
the,
get
with
out
the
of,
do not enter sign on it.
so they basically get out of bed and they're right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Prey Deer throws up a energy curtain.
Okay.
You are surrounded by an energy curtain.
Well, it's only a 5-foot sphere around me. It's like a 5-foot radius.
You're noticing
so-
it actually extends out about 15 feet.
Oh, okay.
Because you're helping others, you see.
Apparently.
Right. This doesn't affect line of effect, does it?
And it is quite visual. You are seeing a distortion that goes out 15 feet around you.
Hmm.
No, so it's only affecting spiritual entities.
Right.
And-
No effect on the...
And so you notice that Tidal's ebbing and flowing has stopped and Llewellyn has shrunk.
Because I'm not here to impress people.
And you've and your ability to assist people seems to have faded.
Mm-hmm.
While you've got your protection from spirit energy around you.
Because it's spirit energy that's giving us the boosting. Right. You can't hold that up forever though, can you?
It is a lot of work by myself. I've got to activate my aura.
Yes. To help other people, you've got to stop being able to help other people. Yeah.
Contradictions work well.
That's right. Whose turn is it?
It is currently Llewellyn's turn as you're looking at this change happen.
It's not going to affect what I do. Elsendor, could you put down the smack on that circle there, please? I say as I use Flame Strike.
Flame strike?
Yes, Flame Strike. What do you mean? What, you have a problem with me using Flame Strike? You didn't expect me to have it, did you?
Well, he knows you're not the normal warlock.
I'm not a normal warlock. No. I have the
idea that
I have the effect here.
My thought was it was somewhat more powerful than what these might be, although I don't know. So spectres rather than ghosts.
Spectres are nasty asses and they
Spectres-
suck stuff out of you.
Yeah, spectres can be certainly nasty. Yes.
I do not wish to be sucked on.
So you cast a 6th level caster.
Yes, it's
So-
using a level 4 slot.
4th level spell slot.
I'm a level 7 caster actually.
Level 7 caster. Okay,
Yeah.
so that means you're doing
It's actually 2.
66 fire damage and 66 radiant damage.
No, it's per slot over 6 I get extra dices.
Okay.
Because it works on slot level, not
Okay.
caster level.
So fire.
So it's 46 fire, 46 radiant,
Didn't you say 7th level slot?
7th level caster,
7th level caster.
4th
sorry.
level slot.
Fourth
I've already
level
got it written out. It's all good.
Okay, because Flame
Um,
Strike is a 5th level spell. Because it can't be cast in a 4th level slot.
Celestial Warlock, expanded spell list. Yes, I've used the wrong listing.
So you go, Ilsendor,
No, I
Flame
didn't do
Strike,
that.
and
No.
Ilsendor,
I
give me a
will-
religion roll to see if
I
it
will,
happens.
I will rewrite that in a moment. No, I'm not going to do that. I will use.
Sometimes he listens.
He's got nothing better to do. He
Yeah,
can
right.
say it's not like anything happens.
No, at this point it's actually useful to use Guiding Bolt, which does almost as much damage, just only on one target. So I'm hitting versus their armor class, so it's not a resistance roll. And I got 19 on the dice to hit them. Hit one. I'm going to hit the guy.
So how much did you get? 19 on the dice. You
19
hit the guy.
I'm going to
Yeah,
hit
you maybe. What's your bonus? And when I say maybe, I do mean maybe.
Okay, so it's a bit borderline. Alright. Where's me? Oh no, because
Oh no, sorry, I was looking at hit points, not armor class. Okay, so yes.
Armor,
helps.
well, it hits armor class 27.
Yeah, you hit.
Yes. So
you should be doing for this one
2 points plus 1d4 plus 3d6 plus my charisma bonus plus 4d6 radiant.
So the base 4d6 is actually cast as a 4th level caster, so that means it is 7d6.
I've already,
Got that
I've
76,
got the
sorry.
calculation. Yeah,
Got all that?
that's what I was reading out. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So slightly higher than average. It's 17, 19, 4, 22 plus 28, 30, 32, and the charisma modifier is 35, and it's radiant, so double. Did I explode it?
Yes, but it doesn't act. Not all undead are.
Vulnerable to radiant.
Yes.
That's fair enough.
This is also one of those that's not.
It's not vulnerable to radiant. Fair enough. Even so, it still takes that much, and the next attack on that target within a round has advantage.
Okay. So you throw that bolt. You see the light shine out of you, and slide through the air, hit this the matronly old woman.
That was the guy I was aiming at.
Okay, well the dapper old guy.
Yes.
And you see him almost look as if he did in life for a moment before you slam his body into the wall behind him and take a big chunk of the castle away with him. As you
didn't expect to do castle
destroy
damage.
a big chunk of the room.
Wow. Usually wizards can do stuff like that.
Well, radiant damage, you think, or positive damage will do a lot of damage in a spiritual setting.
Yes. And far less ickily than necrotic damage will.
And so you see a big chunk of the castle just disappear.
If I just disapparated some of our loot, I'm sorry.
Okay, title. You're seeing this flash before your eyes. You still see, but you've now got this line there.
Okay. Is the other thing gone?
One of them's gone, as is part of the castle behind them.
We'll just do that again. We'll be good.
I can certainly try.
I guess I can. Are we here to question his wife, or are we here to beat her up?
Well, they're spectres. They're going to suck the life out of you.
Oh, so you can't diplomatize with them?
Generally, no.
Well, you just saw it attempts to diplomacy.
Well, a bit late for that, isn't it?
He
Right,
just prefers his aggressive negotiations.
Yeah, I can do it, but it's at -10.
Alright, I guess I'll try and
Diplomacy in combat's not very
punch up
useful.
some ghosties.
Okay, you rush up to punch the ghost.
These
Yeah.
are quite painfully sharp.
Actually, why am I doing this? I don't know why I'm doing this. Okay,
Okay.
You're going to punch
this is gonna
something that's got a touch attack.
hurt. Yeah, but so do I, because my hits count as magic.
That's true.
Alright, so I'm gonna hit him with a... Or it.
Her.
18.
So you hit the motherly old lady with a solid resounding blow that you hear echo as you strike them.
Cool. Okay. I roll damage, I assume.
Yep.
That's 6 damage. Bludgeoning magical makes any difference?
Yep, it always does. And how many other attacks are you going to throw in there? Because you are, Mr. Punch.
Yeah.
Does that mean he's going to beat his wife up?
I think he is.
Ah. I think he's ignoring us.
No, I'm reading the flurry of blows. It's interesting that you can spend 1 key point to basically get just 1 extra attack, because you can only take a bonus an arm attack anyway.
Yes, you can. So that will give you 3 attacks in a round.
Flurry of blows is a bit.
I believe Flurry gives you for
Useless.
2 key. You get 2 punches, so you get 4 punches that round.
Yes.
No, it's just 1, isn't it?
You get your normal attack action. You can get your bonus action, and then you can throw your 2 flurries on top.
No, because it says flurry counts as a bonus action.
Okay. Let me have a quick look. It's,
Page 78.
Oh, that's what I did wrong.
Wrong book. Wrong book.
And it says here, as the standard, when you use the attack action with an unarmed strike or monk weapon on your turn, you can make 1 armed strike as a bonus action. So I can use my bonus action for the armed strike. I do get an extra attack though, after 5th level.
Okay, so what it does is give you 2 attacks instead of 1. So
Yeah.
without spending a Kai, you get 1 attack. If you spend a Kai, you get 2 attacks. So
Yeah.
as you're a 5th level character at least, you have 2 attacks to begin with, plus
Plus the bonus. Yeah.
your bonus. So you can either have 3 attacks or 4 attacks if you spend your Kai.
Yeah. Alright, I guess I'll use my next standard to try and punch them. Oh god, I'll use a reroll please. Or advantage or whatever it's called.
You do have, you can give yourself advantage on that one.
Shouldn't even bother. That's a 8.
You got an 8?
Yeah.
Okay, so apparently you missed. Would you like to use your bonus action?
Yeah.
Or would you like to spend a key point and have 2?
Yep, I'll flurry.
You are flurrying.
Oh, for fuck's sake. That's less. That's a 7, so that misses.
So what are the numbers you're actually getting total? Was that a total of 7 or you rolled a 7?
Total of 7. And that's a 20 non-natural.
Okay. So that's a hit.
Useless hit though. Only does 7 damage.
So you go up, you soundly smack the little old lady with your fist, and then apparently because she doubled over in pain, you missed her twice. Cue Benny Hill music, and then as you're finishing up, you actually manage to strike her with your finishing swing.
Yep.
So 1 hit, 2 misses, 1 hit.
Yeah. Pretty terrible.
Okay.
You got some damage on it though. It's not that bad.
Yeah, but I'm expecting the aftermath. to take
Groaning
me
in
out.
pain, she falls over on top of you
Yeah, watch this.
and misses.
Oh, okay.
Unless your armor class is 7.
No, it's not.
So she missed the full body touch attack.
And she's sobbing on the ground.
Good.
Jeremy.
Penadere will move forward and attempt to put her out of her misery.
As you move forward, there's a crackling of your ward,
Or yep.
and either if you move forward, you break your ward, or you don't move.
Just read out one of the Dragon Altar spells. It's a cone of fire. But when I use it, I can appear anywhere in that cone.
That's cool.
Well, I guess I'll stay back for the time being and provide support by ensuring that the others have a safe place to retreat into if they need to.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, your other finger's itching, ready to go.
Well, Guiding Bolt again is actually a useful idea.
What, you can guiding bolt once per round without any problems.
Well, until I run out of slots.
Is it a spell slot? Oh,
It's a spell slot because it's a first level spell.
I kept thinking cantrip.
Yeah, no, it's not one of the...
It's Disrupt Undead, that's a cantrip.
Yeah, which I don't have. Shield Touch actually has a use at this point. It does involve me touching it though. So I wave my hand through it. Actually no, Shield Touch got 120
So
foot
I was
range.
just going to read it to make sure because
Yes, it
Shield
is
Touch
ranged.
isn't the same Shield Touch.
I've got the stats from the actual description because I copied them out. But yeah, 120 foot range. Necrotic, it can't recover hit points, and undead have a disadvantage on attack for the next round. Which is why I still got it. It is distinctly useful, even though its damage is not high. And I will use it.
Okay.
So it's a cast. Is it a hit to arm class? I can't remember.
It is.
That's something I didn't. Yes,
It is it's a ranged spell attack.
Yes.
So your range, your spell attack
So
bonus.
that is something I hadn't actually copied out. I have just
good.
updated that. Range. Necrotic damage, which doesn't affect at this point, but so if I do all these at once, this is not one of the ones I can actually add any of my bonuses to. 24 on the hit.
24 is a hit.
Cool.
And they now have disadvantage until you
And
On
9
the
points.
next turn.
And 9 points of damage.
necrotic damage.
Necrotic. If they're immune to necrotic,
They still get disadvantage.
they still get the disadvantage.
So I said, and they get disadvantage.
Right. So it's still useful, even though I
It
didn't
is.
damage them.
It's very useful. Anything that makes things harder for other people to beat you up is so much better.
Yes.
Okay, so Stefan, it is titles up. You'll see a big ghostly glowing hand grip the old lady and try to
And squeeze
pin
her.
her.
Okay.
So she has slightly disadvantaged movement. You know it's going
Oh,
to
I
be.
see.
And keeps poking her.
Yes.
Does that mean I get advantage? Or
No, she gets disadvantage on her next hit.
So she's currently hit by the hand of irritation.
Yes.
I will
I'm tickling her.
punch her with the other hand of irritation.
It's
Okay.
the hand of ghost tickling.
12?
The hand of slightly irritating hits.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, her arm closes and high.
That's 6 damage.
Okay, so you smack the old lady quite hard in the back of the head
Okay.
while she's a bit distracted.
Yep.
Apparently she now looks your way.
Okay. Keep smacking. Nope. That's 7, so that misses.
And apparently her looking at you makes you miss. You're having trouble hitting this patiently old woman.
Yep.
Do you want to use your bonus action to hit her, or do you want to spend a kite point and have 2 more slaps? And continue your Monty Python skit.
I guess I use another key and just hit twice.
Actually, yes. If he's a water genasi, the fish slapping dance is so appropriate.
That's a 9, so that misses.
He's ignoring me.
And apparently he's doing this. He hits, he misses, he misses, he hits. He hits, he misses, he misses, he hits. He's doing
Hey.
that.
At least it's better than the 25% chance of hitting per
That's
hit that the game's built
17.
around.
17, you hit. You can next soundly.
6.
And this time with your final slap of your fish dance.
Yep.
You manage to slap her head clean from her ghostly body.
Ugh. Okay.
And it's now stuck to your hand.
At least there's not ghostly blood everywhere.
What am I supposed to do with this?
Don't lick it.
No,
And she's got mouth open wide as if she's screaming.
Okay, how do I get rid of it?
How do you get rid of it?
Flick it.
Wipe it off somewhere.
Well, you've got this glowing curtain nearby.
Fuck forgetting.
Do you wanna wipe it off on Parady's glowing curtain?
Or just the wall.
The wall. Of the wall.
Okay.
Try and wipe the head off on the wall.
Okay, so it leaves this big smear along the wall as you wipe it off.
That's fine.
And now it looks as if the wall's looking at you.
Not so good.
And when you wipe ghosts onto things,
I'll leave it for now.
okay. So you've now managed to deal with the 2 spectres. And Jeremy, how long does your protection last?
I think isn't it effectively
It's concentration, isn't it?
outside. So
Just checking with you. I wasn't checking. I wasn't going to look it up. I was just going to ask you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because it's just the. Where does it go? Yeah.
Good
As
power.
standard action, you can activate this enhancement. Your accept it only works against spirits. So. I'm not seeing a specific time as to. Or is this count as a manifestation that lasts until long rest?
Probably the manifestation to last until long rest. I'll have a look at it later.
So I'm happy to effectively it's gone. Like I say, it was concentration at this stage. I'm happy with that.
Okay. So.
Well, have a look around the room and see if the we can find out who these unfortunates were and whether there's anything else of interest in this room.
Give me an investigation check as you look around.
Oh, there we go. Finally got the 2 with belongs to 20. So that means investigation of 8.
So, Praedia is currently investigating Tidal and Llewell quite thoroughly.
Well, check it makes certain they're okay after having put themselves forward like that.
Everywhere you go to look, they always seem to step in front of you. It seems to be timed perfectly. So, would the other two like to make an investigation check? While they're
I can certainly have a go.
while they're investigate blocking Praedia?
Well, I can be helping them investigate.
That's a 15.
Okay, so what is Llewell's?
Sub 10.
Okay, so apparently Llewell and Praedia are both trying to look in the same spot.
And yeah.
And Tidal beats you there. He goes, hey, look at the mirror. You notice the mirror is isn't flush with the wall.
I point this out and then see if I can open it.
Well, hang on.
Well, you're the one who's found it, so you
might have to look first.
No.
I will have a look at the mirror and see if I can spot any cuts or anything like that on it.
Okay.
Oh, that's better. Where am I? 20.
20. Having a look around the outside of the mirror, there are little holes in the metal backing of the mirror. So the mirror seems to be mounted on some sort of iron frame with little holes all on the edge.
So, a gas trap.
Bloody metal.
Or Iron Maiden.
But you do find a keyhole.
Oh yes, the keyhole into the Iron Maiden. Just what I wanted.
So,
But that's the fun stuff.
And you got to make sure you do it in the right key.
I will attempt to.
So it's the monk's job.
Disable the trap.
Yeah.
Well, it's a key effect.
So if you describe it, you can get yourself
What?
bonuses to the roll.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Because I know what I'd like to do, but I'm trying to work out whether I've got the sort of equipment to do it with. Oh, candles.
Yep.
I'll probably do the job. I'm going to use the candles and jam the end of the candle in to break off some wax into each of the holes.
Okay. You spend some time doing that. Give me a thievery roll. That determines whether or not you can actually do it.
Okay.
Because it might just be too much dexterity for you today.
That's right. Doing it all by myself. Thievery of Thievery. Hang on, we don't have thievery anymore, do we?
There's sleight of hand, isn't there?
Well, there's sleight of hand, or whether it comes under use of my thieves' tools to help can the
use it as
the
you
massive.
make it use of thieves' tools.
Thieves' tools, yep. That gives me a 17.
Okay, with a 17, it's
my lowest of 5.
It's touch and go when you manage to actually stuff them in, and you think you've managed to disable the trap.
Okay. I will aim to carefully pick the lock then, assuming no one found a key sitting around when in the chest or anything like that. I don't know that we've got described, but
there were no chests in this room, just the mirror, the bed, and the gooey substance all over one of the walls.
Under the
Check
pillow?
under the pillow.
Look under the pillow.
Yes, I'll attempt a thieves' tools use to actually pick the lock carefully so the trap wouldn't go off anyway, hopefully.
So as you pick the pillow up, you notice it's got a frilly drape on the edge of the pillows.
Right. Frilly drape.
Yeah. So the edges of the pillow dangle like, curtains.
Don't like that pillow. Putting it back.
So yeah,
Someone else can look under the pillow. I'm not doing that.
18 to try and
It's a small fat line down.
pick the lock.
Okay, so while you're hearing the Alf and the Janazi arguing about the pillow's drapage, you unlock the door.
Oh,
You
good.
hear a click. Well done.
It was a good thing that I was able to ensure that they stayed out of danger by being distracted at the bed.
Yes. You saved our lives.
Okay, so the door opens easily, but the mirror
The
opens
mirror
easily.
swings aside, I guess, yep.
And inside you find a pile of gold.
Almost definitely a trap.
Well, I'll leave it for you guys because that's metal.
It is.
We're going to have to check it out.
Lots and lots of gold.
With stick.
Which stick? You have a golden stick?
Considering
spear.
the fact that this was hidden, like this space was hidden from view, protected by a trap and lock. I suspect that this might be actual wealth that people were trying to keep hold of.
Yeah,
But they say it's in the form of metal, so I don't care.
it really depends how far you want to go to keep your wealth to yourself.
But what I'm saying is the fact that I don't necessarily see any reason to suspect it's trapped.
Well, a big pile of gold in a place like this, I'd be a little wary.
Well, no, it's a big pile of gold locked away in their treasure spot.
Well, there is that.
Like,
We could just slop it into the bag of roguishness.
True. Well, I'm not going to touch it. You can touch it. Because I don't trust it. This realm is too odd for everything to be as it is.
There's also the possibility with a realm like this that we may not get it out of here.
That too.
But
But if
hey,
anything,
gold.
In that case, if anything, get out of that, be your bag.
That's
Considering what it was
true.
able to get out of.
That is very true.
So you go pick up some of the gold?
I do.
Okay. Do you look at the gold or just put it in the bag?
I will look at the gold.
Okay.
Does my arm fall off?
No,
you like
you
your own
if you
performance?
like
No, I
that.
wouldn't.
Okay.
That'd be bad.
So give me a will save.
Yeah, I can see something like this happening. Fortunately, will I have advantage on it, so...
You can do it. I support you.
Is that actually active at the moment?
I know you're going to work on saves anyway.
Unfortunately, you can't help him save. The last time we had someone try to help someone disarm a trap that had affected them, they cut their hands off.
Sounds a bit painful.
It was, especially when later on he cut his own legs off running into a trap.
And advantage goes to... I didn't get a very good result.
What did you get?
13. And that's for the high wisdom.
Okay. Shiny coins.
Okay.
Shiny coins. More shiny coins.
I will have to put all of them in the bag, won't I?
Shiny coin. Aye, shiny
And you notice that the more of them the hold, the better and shinier they become.
Do they get less shiny when they put them in the bag?
Yeah.
You're not putting them in the bag, but I'll
I'm
tell you.
going to be holding them in my hands,
And you count
rolling
them.
them around,
And
rubbing my face.
and the pictures of them are pretty. You've never seen them before.
Got different pictures on.
And the wording on them is different. Never seen it before. The date on it is different. Never seen that sort of date.
And they taste good.
And 1, 2, and basically
I have to count them now.
and you're watching him count, and basically you don't notice any time passing, but he does get up to 5,000, counting them one at a time into his hands.
That's
Significant.
Well, of course, no time passed because Pettidier helped you count.
If we can even get it out of here.
well, it's not going to leave me now.
Well, you're not noticing any increasing weight.
Either with this gold in your hand.
I'm going to
But
take
it's,
it with
but
me.
it's all shiny and nice.
It is.
You
Yeah,
have
it
to
makes you
stay
feel
here
good.
I'm going to have to make a coat out of it now.
But that means you won't be touching it. It's in your hands right now. It's
No,
the
no,
best
no,
place
no,
for
no.
it.
No, I'll weave a net around it and wear it as a coat. It's all visible coins and all touching on the inside. A long robe.
Oh,
What'd you get?
I reroll.
What were you trying to do?
Slap him on the back of the head.
And what did you get?
I'm not dodging. I'm distracted.
Okay.
So I've got an armor class of Sodal. My shield has no effect. I got no dex, and you got advantage.
So roll the second time for the advantage because you get that normally.
Oh,
Because he's distracted.
exactly the same number.
He's
Well,
so-
it's meant to be.
No. What number did you get?
3.
What's that total?
So total is 6.
Okay, so while you're counting up the coins, Tidal goes to slap you and get your attention and knocks the coins everywhere. All over the floor. It goes everywhere. And you're up to
I
about
have to pick them up
4,500 in scatter.
and recount them.
No, greed does not become you. Leave them alone.
It's not greed. They're pretty. I like.
And it's like angels singing as they tinker on the floor.
Pick, chop, and tink them together.
That's just fantastic. But not as nice as all of them falling at the same time.
Praetor, is it just me or is this unbecoming?
Well, obviously
Put like
somebody
12
he's playing with metal.
Put 12 of them in a row in different
Well,
sizes.
Yes,
Ting,
but
ting, ting,
you haven't
ting,
done
ting,
this
ting,
with
ting,
other
ting.
coins before, so why these?
I'm now playing it like a xylophone. Ting, 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 ting,
He looks like he's regressed to some sort of childhood.
Yeah, there's
That he's
something
never
about
had.
these coins.
Are we ready to
ting.
move?
Ting, 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 ting,
He's
ting,
not,
ting,
that's
ting,
my
ting.
point, Praetor.
Well, they can't be saying the second.
You want to be helpful.
Slap him! Obviously my monkhood slaps don't work, so we'll try your diplomatic back of the head slaps and see how it goes.
Look, just pick them all up, put them away, let's go.
But he can't.
Why not?
He won't let go of the coins.
The rogue, the bag of holding I've got's going, put them in me. I'm going, no!
My coins!
They feel better when they're out and free.
And you
Well,
can,
just make
and you can
sure
see
they
the
all
bag
fit.
seems to be drooling and looking at the coins.
I know. It's failed the same
How
roll.
do you not see this as a problem, Praetor?
Look,
Well, it's true.
just put,
The
just
bags
make
are
sure-
tuned, it just failed the same roll.
just put all the coins in the sack. It just makes sure the coins all fit. Then you can pull them out and have a play with them, but I just want to make sure they all fit.
Right, so you're going to try and make me fail an int roll now.
Okay, hit roll. Well, actually, it'd be more of
It's an
a
insight.
persuasion roll by Praetor to persuade you to do so.
Against my insight,
Yes,
which is probably at a disadvantage considering what's going on.
it would be.
but not nearly as much of a disadvantage of me acting alone. Well, actually, no, I'm not acting alone at the moment.
You're actually acting to help someone.
Yes, you are.
Well, I'm also acting
And you can
alone
assist
because
him.
title got
You
my
can
side
bonus.
for it.
With what, a punch?
So what did you want?
Distracting.
Persuasion.
Persuasion roll.
You
Because
persuade
you're so great at persuasion.
Indeed. So, because I'm actually helping someone, I get the triple with the bonus, don't I?
You do.
Yeah, so that gets me up to 17 with my +1.
Cool.
And what did you get with your disadvantage?
7.
Okay, so apparently he's very believable.
I put all of the coins in the sack.
And every
The
coin you
sacks.
put in the sack just makes a burping sound.
And there's this sound like smacking lips.
Yeah.
Can I see where the coins originally were and see if they keep reappearing?
They don't seem to be reappearing, but there's a lot of coins.
Huh.
5,000 coins is a lot of coins.
Yes, it is.
Takes up a big chunk of space, and you have no idea how the elf managed to get 4,500 of them into his hands. It just doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, this is weird.
Even with small slim coins.
And the pile didn't seem to grow when he was adding to it.
Yeah, this is weird. I'm gonna go stand next to the bed. No, I'm standing for the door. Fuck the bed.
That would
You
just
can
be
help me
weird.
put them in the bag.
I don't think he wants to touch them again. He's already thrown them around the room. And you're watching Luell go around and feed them all to his bag.
Come on, Noel, let's go.
We're
Come
going to
on.
get out of here, and there's going to be 25 of them left in the bag. You know that.
Yeah, but there's gonna be like, you're gonna put 5,000 in the bag. There's gonna be still 5,000 in the thing for some reason. It's like, hang on a minute.
And the bag's going to suggest I just put the bag over the top of the pile.
Yeah, and then watch all your other stuff come out because the bag of holding stuff rules.
Yeah.
It's the bridge to the
Put it on
top.
sideways and just slide it all in.
Okay.
My bag of holding actually weighs something.
The bag of holding has become pregnant, what?
Pregnant or budding. Finding out there's 2 of these things would be bad.
Little bags of holding come chasing you.
Yeah. Considering the supposed rules between bags of holding and bags of holding causes insane implosion things.
Yes, but as long as it's budding off the side, not one inside the other, you're fine.
Oh, I see. Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
It's mainly because each bag of holding is an extra dimensional space in the same universe. So
Right.
in the astral plane.
Yeah.
So if you try to stick 2 of the same, like it's me trying to stick the lounge room and the bedroom into the same physical space, you just can't do it.
Right,
So
it goes-
if
so
you
it
manage
pops.
to magically force it, then boom.
right.
Yes.
That's why they go boom.
And then you get all the fun of putting a portable hole in one.
Because a portable hole
And
is
that's
the
the ethereal
same
plane.
space as the bag of holding.
Yeah.
So the base
Well,
rule
no,
of
it's a
it
different
any-
one because it goes to the ethereal plane instead of the astral plane.
Oh, that was supposed to,
It depends on the version, but yeah.
It's supposed to be the.
But it's a
same
different
plane,
effect.
yeah.
But then there's the munchkin trick of going, get a rolled up bag of holding in the front of a arrow thing with a
Bag of holding behind.
oh sorry a portable hole rolled up in the front of an arrow with a bag of holding behind it. And when it hits, it pushes them.
Which is why you can't pull them into this universe. So it means that silly
Yeah.
things like that can't happen. But it does mean it's consistent. So you can't go into a rope trick and pull a bag of holding into a rope trick because the space that you go to
It's
is the
basically
same
the same
space
type
that the
of thing.
bag's in.
Yeah.
So anything that uses the same space, even including teleport, unless you've got a special teleport worked out, teleports. Use
Which-
that as the gateway between other locations.
Yeah, which actually makes a bag of holding a bit of a bastard.
And if
Because
you
there's a lot of other things you can't do.
so low-level characters learn that they can't do it. High-level characters learn how to do it.
Yes, i.e. they attune to the bag. Which gives you only a chance of it blowing up every time you get some.
Okay, so yes, you've managed to count the 5,000 into the bag. The bag is you actually got 4,999. You don't know where the other one is.
I look around.
While he's counting,
Did you slurp an extra one?
Were there any exits to this room?
There was at least one, I believe. There is a doorway to the corridor that you were in earlier.
Okay, yep. Benedict will, while he's collecting the last of the coins, like I say. When you come to about the 4,500-ish mark.
You're in room 11.
Um,
If that helps.
okay, yep. Grenadier will have a look outside the door, back into the corridor again.
You can see lots of mirrors.
Okay. He'll
It's the room of mirrors.
Yep.
Right.
He'll be prepared for a flash of light this time as he opens the door, and allow his eyes a bit of time to try and adjust while he's got the door open there.
Cakes in the
Assuming
fridge.
nothing else comes through or is visible out there.
And a spoon, please. Okay, so looking in the corridor, there doesn't appear to be anything actually moving in the corridor.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Okay. I guess he'll go away from the door, the current left or right from where we are, but it'll be away from the room that had Janet in it.
Yep.
So Janet was in room 10.
Okay, yep.
You've been in room 3 has the cats.
Right, okay, yep.
Room 2 has the boxing ring.
Yep.
Room 9 has the
Richard.
Richard. You haven't been in rooms 6, 7 or 8, but they are tiny little rooms.
Okay.
And you haven't been in room 4 or 12 yet.
Yep.
And there is a walkway across.
Yep. Does the walkway, it only leads across? There's no balcony around the room or anything like that?
There is stairs lead up to a higher level.
Okay, right. Okay.
Let me see if there is a higher level on that page. I think at the higher level on a different page.
That's right.
As all these things are useful to, tell you where those things go.
Yes.
Yeah.
I always love the GM and player map versions where the player map shows the secret doors.
That's always fun. And when the GM's map has the secret door in the wrong place.
Well, and they describe it saying it's on this wall. It's like, what? That wall's not there.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll try the room 12, I think that was next door.
Okay, you walk along until you get to room 12. And you find a kitchen with space and supplies capable of cooking large feasts. A dozen monstrous figures, man-sized, with broad noses and cat-like eyes and pointed ears, bustle about the room. Each is dressed in pale amber-covered livery, yeah, and it's in the process of preparing a lavish meal. Both the servants and the food they are preparing are transparent.
Right, we don't stop them. We don't interrupt them.
Well, it doesn't look as if they've progressed any at all in the time they've been preparing.
Are there any other exits from this room?
No, apparently that, besides the stairs going up and across, no.
Okay. Is there anything in the kitchen that we're likely to need?
They don't actually, so they don't appear to react to our person's opening the door at all, do they?
They do not react to your presence at all.
So, Peter here will go in and have a look around, as long as they're not going to look at him or respond to him. He'll just have a look around and see if there's anything of interest in the kitchen.
Okay, looking in the kitchen, there's absolutely no food here. Everything that they're preparing is ghostly.
Okay. We'll try across the other side of the hallway then, I guess.
So do you want to walk across the room of mirrors, or do you want to use the walkway to get across? The walkway goes up and over, and you notice that there's a level above that as well.
If we go up and over, does that mean it's less bright?
It means you're not affected by the mirrors.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. We'll go up the stairs then and have a look up there first, and then potentially look at going across to the other side.
Okay, so that brings you down into room number 4, I believe. So, before the map. So you got before the map and after the map, and then the next map.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
So you see an ancient dining room, rife with decay, stands here in a cavernous chamber. 3 dozen chairs flank a long table running down the centre of the room. Tattered draperies and curtains, threadbare tapestries hang from the walls. The dining table is set for guests, but the flatware and china are covered with dust.
Anyone in there? Let's take a look around.
As you're looking there and looking around, you see pairs of figures entering. 2 men, a man and a woman, going and sitting down at one of the chairs.
Are there anyone we recognise?
Do they say anything to us, or?
They are ghostly.
Okay.
And you see 17 of the figures are human, 3 are high elves, 2 are dwarves, and 2 are halfling. And as you step in, the place loses all sight of decay.
Oh. All looks real.
Especially when Tidal steps in, the draperies return to life.
Yep. Okay.
The table and drop cloth on the table, all draped nicely.
Yep.
Come back to full life, no dust. Everything gleams in the light that fills the room.
Are the people who came in, or the ghosts that came in, are they still ghost-like, or are they also appear solid and real life?
They still seem ghost-like.
Okay.
So much so that you accidentally bump into one of them and don't feel anything. They don't even seem to notice. You don't even feel the chill you normally associate with the undead.
They're not even undead, they're images.
So the table is now got so all the crockery and stuff on the table is all apparently good.
As you're looking at it, you notice that your name's on one of the empty seats. You also see Tidal's and Llewell's name at one of the empty seats.
It would appear we're expected.
That's creepy.
Kennedy will sit down.
Okay. Does Tidal sit down?
Hopefully at the at his place it's not silverware. It might be all woodenware.
I'll carefully sit
or
down.
ceramic.
Next to Praetor.
Right, at the place at your allocated place.
This is the place card with your name in it.
Is it not next to Praetor?
Mm-mm.
How far am I away from Praetor?
More than half a table.
Can I try and pick up my nameplate?
You can, but you can't seem to lift it.
Bugger. Okay. I guess I'll just sit where I was told.
And then you see some spectral servants come into the room bearing food. Placing it down in front of everyone. In front of you, you can see what appears to be onion soup with croutons.
And it's all, and the food appears normal.
It does. Do you have some? It has a nice it comes with a nice shiny wooden spoon.
Is the the bowl of. I'll have a look at the bowl of soup next to me, presumably for one of the ghostly guests.
Doesn't seem to be there. Seems to be all ghostly.
Better deal. We'll pick up the spoon and have a small taste.
Okay. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, goody. Now, saves aren't affected by the good, bad, or indifferent, are they?
They are not.
19. Hopefully enough.
Okay, and did Llewell sit down at his place sitting?
I will.
Okay, so you see, you're not seated next to the others. You're seated away from them. And you see that a group of spectral servants come in, putting food down in front of everyone that you can see through. Except you see there's some onion soup put in front of you. With a nice silvery gleaming spoon.
I'm not going to touch it.
You're not going to touch it?
Nope.
Okay. Title.
It's quite nice.
I'm just gonna go yum yum
Sure.
and just drop it before it gets to my mouth.
Drop it into your lap.
Back on the plate, kind of lean forward and kind of go yum yum, and just drop it back into the plate. Not actually eat any. Just make the motions.
Okay, so after everyone seems to have eaten, they take away the remains of your soup.
Excellent. Don't trust this ghostly soup as far as I trust the curtains.
Okay, so your soup has melted cheese. So it's onion soup with croutons and melted cheese plus mellow amber wine. Do you actually have the wine?
Nope.
Is there a water option?
They do not have a water option.
Yeah, well, I guess Penalty will politely have a few sips of the amber wine, but not necessarily partake of a full goblet.
Okay. You find it very refreshing.
Okay.
Then the second course that come out is a tossed salad. It's been tossed onto the table in front of you.
Okay.
And would you like to have some of that?
I will not. I'll be doing the same yum yum motion and not actually eating any of it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Penalty hasn't noticed any issues or problems so far, so what comes in the second course?
The second course is a salad.
A salad?
Right.
Yeah, okay then.
That tosses you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I don't trust this food.
I don't know.
Jeremy, roll a d6.
Six.
Okay, and then give me a equivalent of a d2.
2.
Okay, your charisma gains 2 points. What does that go up to?
That gets me to 10.
And roll a d6 again.
3.
And roll another d2.
1.
And your charisma, your constitution drops by 1.
Ouch. Okay. Are they going to be permanent effects, or should I just make a note on the character sheet?
They are actually permanent.
Ooh.
Well,
Bit of a boo.
and Constitution, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
That's going to hurt those death saves.
it is. And then they bring up the third course, which seems to be a roast beef with wheat bread, mushrooms in wine sauce, green beans, and a nice red wine. Does anyone have any of that?
Nope.
Nope.
Doing the same thing.
Well, Pedadir will enjoy all of it except the wine, because obviously he doesn't need to drink any more right now. He's had more than enough to drink, more than enough alcohol.
Okay, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh goody, now that my constitution went down.
Maybe it'll go back up.
Yeah, well maybe. Probably not with a roll of a 5. So that makes it 8.
Well, would you like to use one of the table rerolls?
Yeah, take a reroll.
I don't know, losing prey to roast beef sounds like a fantastic way to go.
It's certainly valid.
Yeah, reroll was a marvellous idea.
1. So 8 was the high point.
So it was yeah. Oh, that's right. It's got actually a replacement roll that takes advantage, doesn't it?
It does, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I got 8.
Okay, so roll 4d10.
Because it's hit point
I'm
modifier.
suspecting this is not a modifier back to the constitution roll.
And now proceed to roll details on all of them.
So 4d10 would be a big ability modifier. Ouch. 17, 19, 23.
You take 23 points of poison damage.
Oh!
Something just didn't sit right.
Except that I'm immune to poison.
In which case, then 23 points of poison damage was not that bad too.
Because I've got my armband that I can't remove if I wanted to.
Okay, and then give me a wisdom saving throw.
Bloody hell. It's not quite so bad, but 14.
You want to use another one of the rerolls?
Jeez, 14.
How many have we got?
You have another. You have 8 of them left.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh, that looks better. 22.
Okay, so your character is now immune to the effects of starvation.
Wow.
Ongoing.
Okay.
Doesn't mean... Yeah.
On the 14, you actually were forever needing twice the amount of nourishment to get.
Oh.
That was good reroll then.
Yeah. Oh, it's just no offering. Okay, and then they bring out the final course.
Oh, for God's sake. Okay, yep.
Final course consists of apple strudel and fine brandy. Some of the finest brandy you've ever smelled.
Do we actually want to go for it this time?
Nope.
No.
This place has you. Have you seen the curtains in this place? I don't trust anyone that has curtains like this.
Okay, so Jeremy, would you like the apple strudel and the brandy?
Well, we'll go the apple strudel again, not alcohol.
Okay, so give me an intelligence saving throw on the apple strudel.
Intelligence saving throw.
Yep.
Yeah. Plus these guys entrap and imprison gold that needs to be free.
He's got decent intelligence saving throw.
Let's go with that.
22.
Okay, so it was quite a nice apple strudel.
There you go, you said.
And yes, and then they clear away the food stuff. Just so you know, some of these things were a benefit to fail. Some of these things were a punishment to fail.
Yes.
But they each gave you benefits.
If you made the right rolls.
Yeah. I'd rather not risk it at all.
And the way we roll, we'll stick with what we did.
Such as, and Jeremy seemed to have picked the perfect ones for most of them.
Can you just eat all of them?
Well, he avoided some of the nice things. Avoided some of the nastier things.
So what the drinks were bad?
Yeah. Well, the first one wasn't. The first one actually helped you. So if you had any disease or blindness or poison in your system, it removed it.
Okay,
And did you
well,
have any damage at this stage?
No.
Because it would have also have healed all that as well.
Oh,
Okay. So effectively, yes. I had a pleasant meal with limited effect because either I had nothing to be affected by, or I got the wrong way on the saving throw.
Yes.
Although I've become more charismatic and less constitution. So.
Though you may have joined the Feasters Forever if you had to pick the wrong items.
There is that side
All about combinations.
That would have been bad. Or good. But be annoying to be immune to the extermination, never have to eat again, and be stuck in a feast for the rest of my undead
So
life.
amusingly, if you can see it without the reflection,
Yep.
Those aren't
that's
your
basically
sandals,
So I could have been with them all the time.
Yep.
buddy. Apparently.
What was he doing?
And
Trying to
claim
claim,
them.
trying to claim
What
the
you
bag.
haven't realised, of course, is
No,
you
you
two
claim the
are getting
sandals.
stuck with them all the time because you didn't need anything.
So,
You snubbed the feast. You stuck there.
so basically, you've got that. That was the picture of the ghostly feast.
Ah,
Yes.
okay.
What's the thing? We walk in here and go, it's all nasty, and then it goes all nice. And so, no, it's not a freaking illusion.
Well, whichever place I went into, it had curtains, so I wasn't trusting it either way.
Well, there is that too.
And so, nasty and nice is the theme of this thing.
Like,
Carry on.
like,
Carry on. You're not supposed to do the carpet, otherwise
Yeah,
he
he
thinks
was-
that's his favourite shredding place.
Yeah, he was also trying to, I think he was trying to dig under one of my sandals.
You're not supposed to bury people's sandals.
Especially in carpet.
Technically, you could do it in the bathroom, which is why he's not allowed in there anymore. He tries to bury things in the fluffy mat.
Yeah, well, it's fluffy.
Yeah, but then he poops in it and tries to bury it in the fluffy mat. And partly succeeds, so you don't know until you step on it.
Cool.
Okay, so the feast goes quite well, and then everything's picked up and taken away.
Good.
You realise that this has a door into the cat's room. You can enter into the hallway and go up to the floor above, or you can enter into the hallway and go into the garden, or indoor forest as it calls it.
Sorry, garden.
Yeah, they've got a treed courtyard.
So the middled area.
Oh, yes, we saw they were apart, didn't we?
Yeah.
Worth looking at, I think.
Very much a Greek-esque sort of structure, with its marble columns and stairs, and very Parthenon-esque.
Very
With,
classical style.
with a very French overtone. Not undertone, overtone.
But of course it's French. They don't do under at all. Everything's overdone.
So, Jeremy, where would you like to head? As you're the one who seems to be sampling everything right now.
Well, I've got gold to look after.
I guess we'll go upstairs.
Okay, so
We
taking the
definitely need to find
stairs,
someone with remove curse, I think.
taking the stairs upstairs, you find yourself in the upper balcony. The balcony rings the mirrored hallway at a height of 20 feet. A balustrade of amber-hued wood running along the outer edge. Like a corridor below, small mirrors decorate the walls and ceiling of this space, reflecting all light as a horde of tiny motes that seem to dance like errant fireflies. 4 staircases lead down to the ground floor.
Oh, okay, so there's not much up there seemingly.
There is a bit of a draft here, so unless you've got a magical light going, it winks itself out. But everyone's using magical lights.
Yes, we're using magic lights.
Okay, so this is unlike the level below. What I'd say is a maze of rooms
Okay.
with the other side of the place also being a maze of rooms.
Oh, brilliant.
Wow.
So you got one maze to the other maze.
Looks like it's servants' quarters.
So
A
it's
little
definitely
maze of small rooms.
so huge amount of rooms.
Yeah,
On the side you're on.
yeah. Servants' quarters, stores, workshops.
Yep.
So you're suspecting it's possibly not where we need to look at, or it's worth investigating?
Well, you won't know until you look. But it does seem like a lot of doors up here.
And a lot of places for things to jump out of us at 0 range.
Well, would you prefer to go to somewhere else then?
It's definitely worth a look because this place is weird enough. The servants' quarters is probably somewhere we'll find something useful.
Okay.
Lead the way, valiant leader.
Okay. Which one are you pointing to when you're saying valiant leader?
Both of them.
Okay. So apparently one is valiant and one is leader. Which one wants to be valiant?
I will pick a door.
Okay, you step into corridors and go to the first door.
Yeah.
The door seems to be unlocked.
Okay.
Made out of the same amber coloured wood.
Okay.
The chamber is decorated in finely crafted furnishings and covered in a thick amber coloured rug. I think they like that colour amber for
There's a
some
theme
reason.
here.
Just a
Well-
bit, yeah.
What's the name of the place?
Oh, we haven't been introduced to the name of the place yet. We've just seen we might have seen the title of the module.
Yes, as players, we know what it is. 'Cause we've
You
seen
know
it.
it is Chateau d'Amberville.
Yes.
Here I thought it was Chateau de Beige.
Well, it's probably called that in other circles.
Probably.
Or
Beige
Chateau
is just
O'Mine.
faded amber.
Exactly.
So the walls are done in thick wood panelling and decorated with an eclectic collection of old shields, portraits, illustrations, hunting trophies, and similar objects.
I like this place already. No curtains.
A row of old books line a shelf behind a broad table holding a crystal decanter and a quartet of glass goblets. Looking at the shields, you do not recognize a single heraldry shield here. And they look like they range to more than shields over a millennia.
Many old ones.
Many from new to old.
Yeah.
But no matter how much you look at them, there is nothing familiar in any of the heralds. Heraldry. And the books,
You might have a look along the bookshelves.
the books are all written in a strange, indecipherable language.
Right.
There's over 20 tomes sitting here.
And not one of them readable. Even by me, I'm presuming.
Well, you pick one up, and what languages do you know?
I can read anything.
You can read anything.
Yes. Warlock power.
Warlock power. Looking at it. Okay.
So it's still going to be magical translation. So if it blocks that,
No, it doesn't block magical translation. It talks about Atruaghin
Oh, it's a plant.
and the nation of France.
what is this France?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Is it true?
And how
It's
they
capitalized, so
how
it's
they
a
escaped
place.
from the nation of the Germanic people.
What's a German?
This book isn't
What?
about our world.
While
It's about
he's
something
reading
else.
the books or
And-
going through,
And how they have a dislike of the Scots
The hell's a Scot?
and the Brits.
No, it's got nothing to do with us.
while he's reading the books, I'll have a look through the shields and other
Foreign
things like
recipe book or
other
something?
shelves and things like that, just to
No, it's about places.
see what else might
Okay.
be in this room.
Okay.
So I can't improve my knowledge by reading the books. I'll have a look around what else is here.
Yes.
Okay, so all the shields and The crystal decanter looks quite nice. The wine inside of it is the crystal decanter is actually empty at the moment. But they do have 4 glass goblets with it that are also quite nice. All very serviceable.
A little hard to transport.
A little hard to transport.
Yes.
That does happen.
That's what bags of holding are good for.
So he's apparently doesn't find anything else of interest while Lewis looking at books, and he will start examining to confirm whether there's any other exits from this room up from the one we came in.
Yes.
And they do have some of the things you do get there is never trust the Spanish. Don't get into a land
I'm
war
going to put the book away. There's no point.
Just think of all these Princess Bride quotes, and they're all there.
Yeah.
And they do mention a gate.
I'll have a look at that bit.
That Atruaghin is their home, and they left it to escape persecution of witches.
Yes.
Their family was highly skilled in magic.
And they ran away. I'll tell the others this. These guys ran away from persecution against witches, and they seem to have brought their castle with them.
And a big chunk of their
And a chunk of
people
land.
and holding.
Yes.
And then a group of Scots figured out what they'd done and broke the gate before they could bring everyone through
Oh.
by bringing their own people through.
Okay, so there's a war going on in here?
And from what you can figure out is the Scots are actually also in Galantry.
In Galantry, but not here in the castle.
Not here in the castle.
So
This
there's a bunch of roving, violent people who know nothing about the locality and probably don't have any wizards with them.
Oh, that sounds like the
Bonus.
mail postman. They're Scots, aren't they?
But seemingly,
Lots of Vikings.
these guys have been
This
here for as
happened
long as
for
we
quite a
remember,
while.
haven't
What was that, Jeremy?
they? These guys apparently have been here forever, effectively, from our perspective, haven't they?
That they're within the lifespan of an elf, but
long
beyond that of
time.
everyone else.
From your
So
point
the
of
idea
view,
being
yes.
that if they created some sort of gate and escaped from their world, but their enemy came through with them, and then they brought part of their castle with them, it seemingly happened a long time ago, that part.
Yes.
It happened about 50 to 300 years ago,
Okay.
somewhere in that time frame.
Is there implication that if they managed to bring their castle with them from the other world, but then they noticed the enemy was here, so the castle's being brought off into this own separate place, leaving their enemy behind in our world?
The enemy set up their own principality.
Okay.
So you do know that one of the principalities of Galantry is based on this group's Scottish people.
I was going to say, like, do the books put names to any of these people that we can then associate as being, hang on,
Yeah.
that sounds a lot like...
They could, but then I'd have to go grab...
or something.
They do, I just can't remember them off the top of my head.
No, that's fine. So the point being the fact that, yeah, like, we can actually make that assessment that, okay, these guys came from elsewhere, but they managed to provide their own influence through Galantry,
Yeah.
but their opponents also provide some influence in Galantry.
Yeah, they weren't really enemies until the Scots came through the gate and destroyed the gate.
Yep.
Yes.
That's when they started opposing each other because the Scots couldn't bring all their people through and the French couldn't bring all their people through.
Yep.
So they're both equally lost out.
Right.
But they see it as the other person denying them.
Yes.
Of course.
It was their fault.
Well, they can't go around admitting that it's their own.
So, okay, well, that's it. Elodie will have a look around and see if there's anything else in the room, but then also basically check to see if there's any other exits or where we're going to from here.
Okay, looking at the armour here, the armour is not as well made as the armour you're used to.
Mm-hmm.
And has religious connotations you can't identify with.
Okay.
So they all seem to be the equivalent of historical holy war armor,
Mm-hmm.
or shield heraldry, mostly with crosses.
Okay.
Okay. Don't know why. Weird.
But that's basically that's that room there, and you can wander over to one of the rooms nearby.
I wonder why they use
Yep.
crosses. What's wrong with a good circle?
Yeah.
Actually, there is a room. There is a door on the other. Well, actually, you can go into a corridor on the other side. So you can either continue looking in the area you came in, or move into the adjoining inner corridor. So there are multiple inner corridors. So if I show you here, you're looking at room 38. I'll show the others.
Yeah.
Yep.
There is 38 in the center there.
Yep.
So you came up this stairwell,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
came in here, and that was the closest door.
Okay.
Yep.
So you can come back out here into the rooms, into this corridor,
Yeah.
or come out the other side and look at these rooms in that
We
corridor.
might as well stick to the area we're in at the moment and have a look
Yeah.
through these rooms on this end.
Okay, I'm going to show the others. So, from your perspective, you came up this stairwell,
Yep.
and you came in to this room and straight into this room here, 38.
Yep. So we'll just keep going through.
So Jeremy suggested you come out and look in this area here
Yeah, that's
first.
fine.
Yep. No, good idea. Do that.
And that way you cover one spot first, because this section looks far too impressive to be servants' quarters.
Yeah.
Also, it looks like we get lost easily. in this place.
Residents of something else.
And yeah, you probably suspect the servants that set elsewhere. Okay, so this one, as you walk around, this bedroom appears to be tidy but unused. The air here has a close, stuffy atmosphere. The chamber shut for too long. The walls of the room are completely covered by thick, dark blue draperies, which muffle any noise made in the room.
No.
A closed wardrobe stands in the corner, and a bed covered with fine silk bedcloths rests in the centre of the room.
Standing outside the
Right.
doorway. I'll stare at these curtains from afar, thank you.
That sounds fair.
But apparently no one or nothing inside moving.
And it looks like this room hasn't been used in a long time, but you do see a small portrait on a table next to the bed, which shows if I can find the description of them, it'll be easy if I just describe the people.
I think.
Well, it has
Well, I
two
guess-
people.
At this stage, it doesn't appear to be a portrait of anyone we've seen so far. Not that necessarily Stephen looked like himself.
Well, I believe it will be described as well for names. So you see someone listing as Charles d'Amberville. Where's his description? Okay, so it's not a description, it's more of a picture. So that's what Charles d'Amberville looks like in the picture.
Okay, so that's the portrait
Yep.
beside the bed.
That's one of the people.
Oh, okay.
And the other one was Madeline.
Amberville or just Madeline?
Well, I'm going to find that
Well,
out.
we're not getting names specifically.
Oh, okay, yep.
We're seeing a picture that's not labelled.
Apparently that's what her picture looks like.
Wow, they were a comely bunch, weren't they?
Yeah. So, and I'll show these guys again. So, There is. I'd say that I have the label Charles and Madeline. So this one here, not that one. This one.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Madeline.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, great looking people.
And there's a tear-stained handkerchief next to the picture.
That's oddly descriptive. How do we know it's tear stained?
It's got stains on it.
It's a silk handkerchief, and it looks like there's tears on there. They still glitter.
Still glitter?
Yeah.
Of course, timeless.
Could be magical phlegm for all we know.
Glittery phlegm.
I think we've seen worse things in this place.
That's true.
And in
That's
my
true.
games.
Anything in the cupboard?
I've also
Underrated.
seen sparkly snot.
This entire room
People
has
working
been
inside.
cleaned up. Doesn't look as if anything but those two items has been left in this room. There's not even the look of dust or dirt anywhere. Even the drapes are completely wrinkle free. They're just begging for Tidal to come and play with them.
Well, okay. Obviously, Tidal's uncomfortable, so we'll join him back outside the room again and move
Feel free to
inside
search the
next
room.
door.
I'm just making it clear I'm not going in that room. I'm going to make sure no curtains come up behind us.
You gonna burn that down then?
No.
That was your usual tactic.
Yeah, but not here. This place is weird.
Not after you burnt the tower down.
Well, I feel like this place, if I tried to burn anything, I'd end up somehow inadvertently burning ourselves in some wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey, space ghosty way. So
it would be interesting if you suddenly find yourself whoosh, burn away in a pillar of ash because you burnt part of the tower down.
yes, I'll pass on that. The food was weird enough, so.
Okay, so you cross the corridor and into the next room. This bedroom has the appearance of a sick room and even smells of it. A small table laden with vials of tinctures, tonics, and elixirs, along with silver spoons to dispense them, is situated next to a room's bed. The bedclothes reek of sickness and sweat. A mirror on the wall is covered with tiny black crepe cloth, like curtain.
Crepe. Yes.
Crepe.
Nope.
Well, it's creepy crepe.
Yes.
A pair of battered shields and an old longsword hang on the wall opposite the obscured mirror, resting beside and also resting beside a large wardrobe. A painting of a shallow-looking man in clerical garb and a vibrant woman with chestnut hair is on display on the west wall, and they look like the two people you saw in the other room, Charles and Madeline.
And Raccoon.
Though Magdalene is the name they would list.
Okay.
Madeline is the English-sized version of Magdalene.
Heather will hold his breath and have a quick look through the room.
Okay. Having a look around, they actually have an impressive collection of medicines beside the bed. And do you think, from your knowledge of medicinal herbs and such from the clans, they've got stuff here you've never even seen before, but seems to be prepared in a similar way. So it all seems to be done to assist saving throws to do with pestilence and toxins.
Okay. He's not going to touch it or push it for the time being because he's aiming to not try and breathe in if there's any sickness left in this room.
Yeah.
And as I say, he'll have a quick look in cupboards or drawers or whatever and then come out again.
Okay, opening the cupboard, you find 10 elaborate gowns.
Okay.
And hanging off the gowns is a set of chainmail.
Ooh. Shiny.
Not
Metal.
half as shiny as my gold.
Yeah.
Okay, and then there is the on the wall is the sword and the shield.
All metal.
Do you look at the sword and the shield?
I'm going to definitely
No,
have a look at
okay.
them.
From Perdi's perspective, they're not something he needs to worry about looking at or touching because they're metal.
Yes.
So,
Okay, looking at the blade, it has the word for Jerusalem on the blade.
What?
One of those weird places.
And you see it's got a strange cross stylized into the blade itself and handle.
Is it
And
actually a crucifix?
yes,
Because to us that's going to be fucking weird.
it is. That's why I said strange cross.
It is very strange.
And the same sort of strange cross is in the shield as well.
What is with these guys and their
Okay.
weird crosses?
The look is sort of paladin style, but these things look to me like they're necromancers.
So they're necropaladins? Oh, okay.
These things look old.
Mm.
They look.
Their ancestors were necropaladins.
And they look as if they've seen more than their share of combat. Looking at the blade has fine cracks all up it. It has basically weathered what you would say a crap storm, and
it looks like it's not actually combat worthy anymore.
it looks as if whatever it happened to it over the years has basically left it impotent.
Mm-hmm.
Much like the god it serves. Because the god doesn't serve this world.
Yes.
There's no one here with that symbol here.
Maybe those potions and things are related to their paladin necromancy.
Maybe. You gods. Holy skeletons you can't turn.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't touch that stuff.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Weird paladin necromancers.
You should ask the one of the other groups. I'm sure that they have an understanding of necromancy.
Yeah, paladin necromancy. Creepy stuff.
Good reason to
And
leave
yes,
them alone.
and having a look at it, the chainmail has chain links in the same weird cross shape.
They're obsessed.
Different
They
colours.
are, yeah, they are. I've met cultists that aren't as bad. Actually, that makes them cultists, doesn't it?
Apart from the shield, do you think they've never seen a bloody circle in their lives?
So this reminds you of the things that Ben and Kanda had actually asked you to look for. Different
That's a
religions
good
that didn't
point.
exist. Different belief systems that just weren't there.
Yep. Alright, I will sketch the imagery on these while these guys check any of the rest of the room.
Oh, there's curtains there. But I'll
And-
carry something for you if you want. Just bring it out to me.
Yeah.
I said, Henry was aiming not to breathe in there, so he wasn't taking more than a couple of minutes at most in the room, if he could,
Yeah.
unless there was good reason.
Yeah, but I can go and have a look, spend like 2 rounds looking at it, then come out and sketch it.
And
if
the
we get
thing,
back to the library, I'm going to nick one of the books.
the thing that's unusual from what you read in the books is that the chainmail here was designed for a female figure instead of a masculine figure. And the book seemed to set the male as the warmongers of that world they came from.
Okay, so this...
They seem to
The-
cite
the-
women as unusual to be on the field of battle.
Yeah, so they're patriarchal, male warrior type culture, and that armour there has been designed for a woman, which makes it unusual,
So,
Or her.
patriarchal cultists.
like most of them, yeah.
Okay.
But, yeah, female armour, which is,
Hanging with gowns,
yeah.
given the same level of respect of a gown.
So obviously she didn't do it as a fallback or a way to defend the house while the men were away. This is what she was.
Okay. So moving further down, you find yourself with the smell of mildew hanging heavily in the air
You would.
as you enter a once fine bath.
Mm-hmm.
This is as big as one of the bedrooms.
Right.
The marble floor and amber tiled walls are stained with a dark mould. The sea blue ceiling and sculpted mouldings are spotted with decay and rot. A trio of fallen doors once closed off dressing cubicles, which now contain only mouldering towels.
Yeah.
A raised marble platform along the north wall holds 4 sunken baths, each stained and with a puddle of dirty water at its bottom.
I'm not getting much in here of particular interest, at least from the doorway.
No. Do
Okay.
we really want to go any closer though?
No.
You don't need to investigate, so you can choose to walk away instead.
Yeah.
It is just aiming to close the door unless people really want to go in.
Okay.
No, I'm good.
Heading.
I mean, there's no curtains, so possibly, and it's water-based, isn't it? So I'm sure Tide will love it. But
Well, it's dirty water. It's basically stagnant water.
Stagnant. No thanks.
Yeah.
It's no longer vibrant.
Or vibrating.
Okay, so heading to the next room, you find the air in this bedchamber reeks of a floral perfume. The furnishings are all done in soft pastel blues and lavenders, with accents of cream and rose. Standing out amongst the pale hues is a black table inlaid with silver runes and covered with glyph-marked tablets, illustrated cards,
Okay.
hold coins, and a quartz sphere resting on a 3-legged silver stand.
So it's either a magic room or a game room.
anybody in here?
There is just making sure there's not actually there at the moment. No,
Okay.
there's no one in there at the
I believe it
moment.
was initially described as a bed chamber, so I'm guessing it's someone's bedroom.
And
Yes.
looking at it, none of the runes in the tabletop appear to make sense. They don't translate.
Yeah.
It's one of the first time you've seen writing that doesn't translate. The rune is the word,
Okay.
and it translates to the rune.
Yes. But do I know the sound of the room?
No.
No, because it's just reading. It's not. Yes.
And they all glow faintly in your translation.
Please do.
Hey,
And they seem to be layered.
you've got the ability to detect magic at will, haven't you?
Yes.
But this is him actually reading it, and the effects of strange things happen when you see strange things.
Well, I'm also just
Yeah.
curious as to any of the other stuff. Obviously, yeah, the glyphs are the thing you're looking at right now, but any of
Yeah.
the other items and bits and pieces, or any other magical.
The
Okay.
yeah, I'll look at the rest of them as well. But yeah, I told them these glyphs they have a meaning other than words. As words, they mean themselves, which means there's no extra meaning for me to get out of them. There's something else there. It's the sort of thing you get with magic runes, by the way. A lot of magic runes mean only themselves and they're only useful for the magic you're using them in the ritual for.
Yeah. People add words to the runes to give them meaning,
Yes.
but the runes themselves encompass a lot of stuff.
Exactly. It's this is an earthly rune. It doesn't mean anything. It's to do with earth. I add stuff to it to make earth rituals.
Looking at it, they have it is 5 concentric runes surrounded by 5 concentric runes surrounded by 5 concentric runes.
Yeah. The problem is I need to know the reason for the ritual before I can work out what the runes are for.
And each of these runes normally is a power upon itself. 5
There's-
runes connected in a circle
There's
is
a lot of power in
is
it.
considered a power rune.
Yeah.
You never connect more than 5. You rarely connect less than 5.
Yeah.
And
5 has its uses.
and no one you've never read of anywhere where they've connected more than 5. Like this has 5 within 5 within 5. Okay, so the crystal ball is glimmering with divination.
Okay. Crystal Ball's the divination one. I'm not surprised.
The a deck of tarot cards sitting on the table reek of divination.
Okay.
The
have its uses.
3 runic bone tablets reek of divination.
Right. So I point at things as we go. Divination, divination. Yeah.
The coins with the holes in them, receive divination.
So if anyone's good at divination,
Nope.
It's not Benedict's field of speciality by any stretch.
no. Well, it's not mine either.
Give
but
me a wisdom saving throw. Make an insight roll.
Nah.
Make an insight. Insight will work.
Oops. What's my thing? 13.
Okay,
Bit
so
ordinary.
you're looking at the magic here. Like, while it reads a divination, it's not right.
No, it's not our divination.
No, it's not that. It's
this is just weird.
if anything, it feels like an inverted divination.
Okay, there's a couple of different ways to invert divination. You didn't want to hear that, by the way. One of them is you do a divination layout and what you show there actually happens. You haven't determined what's going to happen. Sorry, you haven't detected what's going to happen. You've determined what's going to happen. I don't want to invert divination. There's no how.
Mm-hmm. So can
And
you...
it feels very much like the enforced push of beliefs and appearances
Directions to conformity.
and you know how the lion headed looks like a lion.
Ah, determinism as well.
So
He feels like a lion and he thinks he's a lion, so he actually looks like one.
and
The whole place is deterministic.
So this person would have been a diviner, and so the diviner now is no longer seeing the future.
They're determining it. So I'm saying it, it's inverted. Don't want to touch any of them things,
Okay.
because one of the problems with divination tools is they're usually, if you're not actually using them for divination, they're random. So in a case like this, anything we do is going to be random rolls to determine the outcome. The same as the stuff that happened when he was eating.
Right. But is this connected to this whole place?
The whole place is like this.
being?
Yes.
Okay.
So you would assume with your insight that because whoever lived in this room or lives in this room
Yeah.
is a divining specialist, their divination has become the core of their identity.
Right.
And their life is power in the divination, the effect of their own inverted divination.
And
It's-
so,
it-
and because it's the core of their identity, it's also perverted at the same time.
Yes.
So each of you has a bonus and a drawback from the enhancement of that core personality idea.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's affecting everybody. It's
Yeah.
also possible that this person, using his deterministic inverted divinations, is how the castle got here.
Oh, okay.
Because it's something you could do potentially with the tools in this room.
It's these divination magic get here.
Yeah.
I guess at least we know they had magic.
Hmm.
Where did you hide the ears?
Okay, you also see a jewelry box nearby.
Fine. Have a look in that. Don't touch anything inside.
Okay, you,
Just in case it's more
you
divination
see
tools.
6 very unusual pieces of jewelry.
Hmm.
Very much done in Atruaghin style,
Yeah.
but not done any way the Thayans have ever done it.
So it's a similar sort of style from their own world.
You assume so, yes.
I would assume at this point.
And there's also a couple of them done in what appear to be in the Nithian style.
So are these guys Mythians or Thyatans?
No, neither.
Oh.
They looks like they've got a culture that has similar styling, or had a culture that had similar styling to what we know as to our Alphatians and Mythians.
Right, okay.
there's a similarity in cultural styles.
Uh-huh.
Maybe there's only so many different cultural styles that can go around.
So to help you understand specifically, these characters actually ancestrally came from medieval France.
Yeah, I guess as much.
Yes.
I was just trying to guess in character what the.
And so they had access to everything medieval France did.
Yeah.
Except they also had magic.
Which has its own weirdness.
And you see sitting beside these 6 pieces of jewelry, a potion with the words "Don't drink me" in a strange script.
I read out the script that says on that little label, and say, "We will obey it." Unless, of course, this is the potion that gets us all out.
I'm not doing it.
No. Yes, I will though close that little jewelry box and put it in the rogue bag of holding, so we can hand it over to what's his face.
As you're putting it in, you're hearing a groaning sound as you're shoving it in, as it's and it's sort of
Okay, I take it back out again. Are you a bit full?
More. You haven't really heard it talk to you before.
Is your bag okay?
It seems to be full, but it's asking for more. I think it might have too much gold in it. I may have to take it out and play with it for a while.
No gold here. It's still slimy.
It's still gold though.
It's still gold, but it's no longer gleaming and pretty. It's all slimy.
I now have to spend some time and polish it.
You realise every time you pull that gold out, it's going to be slimy, right?
Means I get to polish it.
Fine.
My precious, my only, my 1 of 5,000. This is number 1. This is number 2.
Just making sure. Number 1, 2. Tink, 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 tink. Tink, 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 tink.
Just put the box in already, and then continue playing with it.
The box is in.
Excellent.
There's a sucking sound as it pulls the box into itself.
Good. More happy that the box is in than the coins.
Sort of sounds as if someone's slurping in a noodle.
The bag is weird.
But very useful.
Yeah, it's still creepy.
Yes.
It's one of those weird necromancer, not necromancer, warlock bag thingies.
It's not a warlock bag though. It's a rogue bag.
A rogue bag?
Yes, that used to be a rogue, I'm sure.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's a bag for rogues that happens to be intelligent and thinks like a rogue.
I'll have to ask my rogue friends if their bags
And-
slurp and glomp and stuff like that.
And has some special things it can do that involve powering it with souls.
That doesn't sound like a rogue thing.
No. Well, it sounds like it sounds like a bag made for rogues by a necromancer.
So an indecisive necromancer?
No. He just got paid to do a job.
No. I guess you gotta do your side jobs.
Okay, so do you want anything from there, Jeremy? Okay, so as you finish stuffing the jewelry box into the bag, you get to the intersection at the end of the corridor and see a marble statue depicting a matronly, laughing woman dressed in courtly finery, resting in a semicircle alcove at the intersection of the hallways.
Okay.
She appears to be laughing in the direction of the corridor as if something there is amusing her.
Okay.
I'll look down the corridor that she's looking at.
Well, it's the one you just walked down. Maybe it's you.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure it's got nothing to do with the way you've come.
Or how you dress.
Okay, so you look at the two rooms either side of her. The closest one, you find several overstuffed chairs arranged about the room with low tables positioned close by. The tables hold drinking goblets, small enamelled tins, and empty trays. On one table is a pipe rack bearing a trio of briarwood pipes.
No people or things moving?
No people or things moving. The pipes themselves look to be of a style you haven't seen before.
So they're wrong for being traditional smoking pipes for calling ancestors.
They seem to be stylized teardrop sort of things, not something that you would actually extend out and use as an offering.
Okay.
So these guys cry into the smoke. This is getting weirder and weirder.
Everything here is weird, yeah.
Well, considering it's sort of this small little tapering thing from your mouth down into this little bowl that is set to hang down with the hole pointing upwards as it's hanging down in sort of like a J. Whereas most of the pipes of the Atruaghins stick out straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, these guys can't even smoke properly.
Kennedy will have a look around, but if there's nothing else of interest,
They do have pipe weed.
Alright?
They do have pipe weed here.
But obviously it's going to be the wrong weed.
Well, it's
If they
not.
don't know how to actually make an appropriate peace pipe, smoking pipe, they almost certainly don't understand what they should be smoking.
Maybe it's a wall smoking pipe.
Well, whatever one they've got seems to have some sort of rice aroma.
Okay.
So not like the stuff you normally make.
Yeah.
So besides that and the wrong pipes,
Nothing else particularly interesting in this room.
nothing unless anyone else wants a pipe.
Benedict will happily start looking at the next room.
Okay, you find the other one seems to be a small dining room that has a long table running along one of the walls and a pair of smaller circular tables resting in another part of the room. All of which are surrounded by high-backed chairs, china and silverware, all arranged in front of each of the chairs, and vases containing bouquets of white roses placed around the room. It's sort of set so that everyone's got their backs to each other instead of facing each other.
Okay.
Which you find an unusual arrangement.
It's a very unusual arrangement. So the bouquets. What are the flowers again?
They are white roses.
It's just like some kind of weird communication session thing.
Not if they're all white. Or the seats sitting the way they are is a bit. Maybe it's set up from musical chairs or something.
The hell are musical chairs?
They're chairs that play music.
No. It's a parlour game in the salons of rich people. Not something you'd have encountered.
No, we don't bother with that in the monastery.
No, you
You
don't.
sit on the floor
Yes.
because it works just as well.
Yes. And when you dance in circles, it's usually physical exercise.
You examine the roses.
Yes, I do. Because chairs are chairs. most of the time.
Okay. They are very unusual. They seem to have a lack of colour for their almost transparent white. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah. That werewolf howl is entirely appropriate right at that point. 12.
Okay. You pick up the rose and have a look at it. It doesn't seem to have much of a
I'm actually not going to pick it up just in case it's got spines I can't see. Because transparent petals means other things might be transparent.
Okay,
So just look at them.
as you've got your hand next to it, it seems to move enough that you just move your hand away from it.
Whoa, shit!
And it seems to sort of try to move towards your hand.
I back away from the flowers. I think we might have vampire flowers here, and the only way we'll get them red is let them have blood, which I will not do.
You did read somewhere that the vampire flowers were not native to your world.
I'm going to assume nothing here is native.
Would it survive?
Well, no, so that he suggested that you've met vampire flowers previously,
Yes.
but they weren't actually natives.
Yes, they're imports from here. This place has such an effect on our world, even though it's bound.
Not that we knew about it, but
Well, yeah. Well, I've seen these flowers elsewhere, and this is where they're from.
Oh, okay. So how do we kill it?
Set fire to the place. Except the way things go, it'll probably implode and then eat us.
What? So these things don't have like a magical pesticide or something?
Well, we could do a pesticide. Something for fun. I could just flame them as they are.
Surely warlock gardeners have some kind of pesticide. Fire.
You want to Eldritch Blast the...
Never mind.
No, I would actually use fire. I would actually use the firebolt or something similar. Because Eldritch Blast is a force effect. All it would do is splat them all over the end wall. Because my Eldritch Blasts do knock back.
Eternal, stand behind it, wait.
Yeah, no. I'm not going to ask the warlock for gardening help, that's for sure.
I do a beautiful job on slugs.
Half the garden.
Well, it does sort of move the earth around a bit, yeah. Gotta smooth it out afterwards.
Okay, so you head down to the other end that you haven't investigated yet.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Coming into the first room there.
Just so you know, I've got to go in 15.
Yep. Okay, so...
We'll go back through the library instead of actually out into the right corridor.
Yep, you head through the library there and you find yourself out in a room without furniture. Instead of narrow runners of carpet are laid out in parallel lines down the width of the room. Several wooden mannequins stand upright against the far wall, each is painted white with a red heart over the left breast. A rack containing epis, rapiers and sabres hang near the door.
Okay.
On the lower rack are several closed-faced helms and leather doublets. A pair of rapiers are in the midst of an energetic duel, held aloft by no visible means as if wielded by invisible fences. And they appear to be fencing up and down the length of the carpet.
We'll leave them to it, shall we?
Who's winning?
Every now and then the one going left, and then every now and then the one going right.
Is the scoreboard changing? Does
No.
this game even have a scoreboard?
Well, you're thinking none of them are scoring a body.
Oh, okay. So it's eternal.
So you kind of we're in some sort of fencing chamber, but the swords do their own fencing. Is that what you're saying?
That is what's happening at the moment.
Yeah. I'm presuming it would help you practice fence if you went over and picked one up.
What happens if we interrupt them?
You want to stand between them?
No.
No, don't stand between them.
You want to try to grab one of the flying, darting rapiers?
No, I was thinking of possibly touching one of them with my short sword.
Fist of steel.
No, short sword.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
I'll try and parry one of them. With a terrible roll of 14.
Okay, you strike it and it turns on you.
Oh, yeah, I should have seen that one coming.
Apparently, there's a sound of trumpets and it sounds like a challenge has been accepted.
Oh, well, I worked out a challenge them.
You're a challenger apparently in this building.
It wasn't intentional.
And
you challenged with boxing, and now you're challenging swords.
and it's now sort of sitting. The other one goes off and puts itself away, and it's sitting there floating in the middle of the carpet, waiting for you.
Yes.
Should I accept its challenge or should I leave it be? It might follow us around the halls. What do you reckon?
Well, you've done the challenge now.
Alright, I'll give it a go. I will hold my sword up as well. In the I assume it's doing a ready pose or something?
Okay, so it does a salute to you.
Okay, I will attempt the same salute badly.
Okay. And you get to do an attack roll.
Okay. Oh my goodness, can I reroll that please?
You can if you wish. You roll a natural one.
No, it was 2. Oh, that's much better. That's a 22.
Okay. You connect with it. It swings back at you.
No, fun.
Apparently, so badly it basically runs itself down the length of your blade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, cling, 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 cling down the blade.
Mm-hmm.
So
You rolled a natural one.
oh wow, okay, so it didn't get me. Is it on the floor now? Or where is it?
No, it's still floating.
Oh, okay. How long is this going to go on for?
So you're fighting it unarmed, aren't you?
You're
No, I've
using
got a short sword.
He's got a
Oh,
short
you've
sword.
got a short sword, okay.
Yeah. That's another 22.
Okay, you hit it again. It tries to retaliate. Apparently, not. You hit armor class 12.
No.
And go again.
Okay. Ooh, that's not very good. How many rerolls do we have left?
You have 6, and it is 9 minutes left.
Oh, yeah, I might use one then.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. Same as last time now, so that's 23.
23, you hit.
No, 22.
And you hear sound of horns again. And it salutes you again.
Oh, I
You're-
salute back?
You've done far better than you did against the golem.
And
Maybe you could
you
do
have
some
the
of these
feeling
things.
as if you've just completed a long rest.
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool.
You
Okay,
are
so-
feeling so
All of
good
us or
about
just
it.
him?
Just him.
So does that mean I'm healed?
And then it all puts itself away.
No, just exhaustion gone.
Oh, okay.
And you would be healed as if you had a long rest as well.
Oh, even
Oh,
better.
sweet.
If you had spells, they would be done as if you had a long rest.
Do we
Your
have a
key points
pencil of kind?
will also have.
So yeah, your key would be restored, presumably?
Yeah, I needed that because I was on 6 health.
You should have drunk some of the wine at the feast.
Yeah, well that poisoned wine, sure.
Well, no, the first move wine was apparently good for you.
Did you not see those curtains saying drink me, drink me?
And then that might be a good time for us to finish up for the night, as you've successfully won a bout against some fencing swords.
I'll tell the well to challenge them next.
Well, they've put themselves away.
Oh, okay.
I could still challenge them.
You can still
I
challenge
could
them.
pick one of them up and see if they wake up.
I'm gonna see what happens next time.
Why are you getting me to use a weapon I'm not practiced with? I could use my
Because
sword, I
don't you
suppose.
diplomats use these swordy things and like jewels and stuff?
It's certainly true.
The rapier is a
Some do
gentleman's
that,
weapon. That you,
Yeah,
but
isn't
I
it?
am. Yeah, I'm not a fighter though.
Did they say your words as sharp as rapiers?
your rapier wit.
Can you put your
You're going
words?
to get me killed, aren't you?
Can you put your words where your rapiers are?
Well, okay. We'll do that next time, though. Thanks very much,
We'll do it
guys.
next time.
I do have a.
Have a good night, Jeremy.
I do have a nice.
See you tomorrow night.
We'll
and
see you tomorrow
next
night.
week or the week after.
Yeah.
Good night, all. Thank you.
Good night. So down you're in room 36.
Yeah. If I were to do this, I would actually attune to my longsword. This would be useful. Which reminds me. actually had to do the thing with the gold because of a side effect of my armor.
What's that?
Because it's got my mithril armor is attuned to chaotic dragons.
Yeah.
It's got a pearl on it. The immortal pearl is a chaotic dragon.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm attuned to my armor, I have to make wisdom saves to avoid resist chances to increase my wealth. So it's hard for me not to try and get richer.
The God Pearl is very materialistic.
Yes, like it's a stereotype dragon thing.
Worse than normal dragons.
Yeah.
She counts piles of coins.
Dragon.
She doesn't actually care about the quality of the coin. She counts piles.
Yeah,
That's what I mean.
chaotic. She doesn't care if it. I got 48 tons of copper coins. I'm rich.